Before we get into the video,
ALYI on the daily time frame, down 5%, trading below all of its SMAs. Very tough day today. We actually saw very extreme lows today, but one thing to keep in mind is that when we saw those lows, we actually had people accumulating their shares. So this actually looks like a pretty nice reversal candle, and I do think ALYI will start to rebound from today's lows. I think today was a great opportunity to hop in on ALYI just off.
so that video was made yesterday. So let's just look back on this little statement that I made on ALYI just to check how this stock did. So right now, let me just type in ALYI right here. We got alternate systems, get rid of this ad. All right. We are up 74% today after that video was made yesterday. I'm not saying I'm responsible for the price action being up this high, but the charts always tell a story, and this looked like a very strong reversal candle, and oh boy, was it ever. We went all the way through our 200-day SMA and our 50-day SMA. We had extraordinary volume today. We haven't seen this type of volume since back here in February, so people are starting to like this ALYI play again. And so those of you who missed this massive run today, this could continue to run in the short term, but again, I would love to match up here on this 50 SMA. I think once you get a back test and bounce off this 50 is when you want to go long. So if you're lucky enough to catch this doji candle and you knew that it was a reversal coming, call options obviously right here would have been the best play. And I'm giving you guys a little bit of how my mind works when I see plays like this. So in this case specifically, we're seeing a reversal candle. I personally would love to make call options on a play like this because the following day is usually the largest run up, and so you can make the most amount of gains here, especially off of a very low premium price. And then at this point, you sell those call options, then you patiently wait till the price action gets back down to the 50 SMA. We get the back test, and once we get the back test, that is when I open up a long position with my shares. And so it's kind of like a double whammy. It doesn't always work out the way you want it to work out, but if you get the setup that you like and you see the type of candles, you see where the price action is below all of its SMAs, you like the company itself, you have belief in the company fundamentals, then there are a lot of things and a lot of factors that you can use, a lot of indicators that can help you make that decision. And so when I saw this reversal candle, that was one of the indicators that I had that we were going to have a major reversal. But the second one was the fact that on this down day, people were actually accumulating, which was a huge indicator for me to let me know that the next day, chances are we are going to see a better day. And I mean, I didn't expect us to be up 75%, but if you look at your indicators and you trust the process, you will be able to make a lot of money. And so sometimes you can't get all of the plays, but I just wanted to make this separate video on ALYI to show you the power of just looking at simple trade setups. You don't need to buy thousands of dollars worth of courses. It is pretty straightforward when it comes to trading. There are very specific indicators that you can use to help you make a better decision. And so yes, I have been looking and trading at stocks for a very long time now, so I'm very familiar with the indicators that I like to use. But this is a game where each trader needs to know what indicator they want to use. So some people like their RSI, some people like their MACD, some people like their accumulation over distribution, some people like their SMAs. And so there's a lot of different indicators people like to use to make money. And so for me, it's pretty straightforward. And so I'm never going to tell you guys what indicator you should use because I think it depends on each trader, what they want their purpose to be as a trader, what their goals are, if they're short term, long term, medium term. There's a lot of different indicators you can use for different traders. And so for me, I personally just really love all my SMAs and I love my accumulation over distribution. I do like to look at my MACD as well. And so I think the biggest thing for me is the 50-day SMA. When the price is above, then you are looking at an uptrend, but when the price is below, you should be looking at a downtrend. Just to simplify it a little bit, that is kind of how my brain works. And so if I see a day where the stock price just plummets, but people are buying up the shares, there has to be a reason people are buying up the shares. And so that kind of just gives me a little bit of a cue that larger money is starting to come in here. They're trying to sell, but then they're also buying back. And so it's kind of like having $200 million that you set aside and you tell yourself that I'm going to put this $200 million in this specific stock. And so of that 200 million, let's say you use 50 million to continue to sell at just specific times where people start to get nervous when they see these big chunks of selling. that basically makes other retail investors sell, and then they take that 150 million that they set out for this specific stock, they come in, they buy it up at this bottom, and then boom, they've just built out their position using their 200 million. So it's a strategy in how people do it, but all we can do as retail investors is kind of react to their moves. And so for us, that is kind of what we're looking at with this play right here. So overall, I love the price action that we saw with ALYI. Those of you guys who watched that video and maybe capitalized on this huge rally today, congratulations to you guys. That's the plan here. I'm just trying to help you guys make some more money and also understand how we do make the money here. So if you guys enjoyed this update video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs. So if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.